Hey, what's going on, everyone? Good to see you guys here on my channel. I am Daily Inspires. Let me know where you guys are tuning in from. And as you guys can tell in this video from the title, that we are going to be talking about how to become a best-selling author. What does it mean? We have so many things on our agenda today, and I'm excited to get down to each and every one of them. But beyond just being a best-selling author on Amazon, which will be probably our main focus, I am going to give you guys some bonus tips on how to become a New York Times best-selling author and get on the Wall Street Journal best-selling authors list too as well, and also USA Today. It's very simple. It's some rules to the whole game, especially if you are a self-published author. It may be just a little bit tedious, but to me, all I need is possible, and as long as I know the steps and work the whole system and just do my best at this whole thing, I know you guys can reach that success too as well. So I'm excited and happy that you guys are here with me today. Let me know where you guys are joining in from. Good to see you, Jonathan. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you so much for tuning in. Make sure you guys are sharing this out on Twitter. Also invite your friends and followers. Now, I know it's late at some areas or parts of the world. However, when they wake up in the morning, they'll be able to view this too as well. If you have not done so already, make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel. All you have to do here on Periscope is click the link inside of my Periscope bio, and it takes you straight to the channel. That's where you'll find all of the replays. So if you're here live with me right now, you are one blessed person. However, if you're like, hey, look, there are some great tips, I want to work on this throughout the weekend too as well, you definitely want to make sure you click that link inside of my Periscope bio to subscribe to my YouTube channel so you'll have access, and it'll be easier and more convenient to find when you want to watch the replay. So good to see you. Yes, good to see you, Jonathan. Thank you so much. Loving all the upgrades. Good to see you, Dee Dee. Thank you so much. Hey, what's going on, girl? Good to see you too. Thank you for the love. I see all of the love coming in. I appreciate each and every one of you. All right. Thank you guys for hanging out with me throughout all these years. It's greatly appreciated. So again, make sure when you guys go to my YouTube channel, make sure you guys are hitting that like button. Also, make sure you guys are giving hearts here and retweeting too as well. If you have any additional questions, guess what? We're going to have a call in at the end. I'm excited. So let's go ahead and go through the agenda for today. So we're going to talk about what does bestseller even mean, right? How do we get there? What does it mean? Is this big thing that's so far out there that you can't reach it? Even as a self-published author, you feel like you're doing this all by yourself. We're going to go through that too as well, where I'm going to tell you how. So if you've been following me throughout all these years here on my channel, then you already know that I'm not just going to tell you what to do, but I'm going to tell you how to do it step by step. So you definitely want to continue watching. Also, where is the bestseller rank on Amazon? I find out so many times when I meet you guys or you tell me your book and I go check it out and I'm like, oh my gosh, you're number 10, you're number 5, you're number 1. And they're like, where did you see all this stuff at? So I'm going to share with you guys on exactly where it is, how you can see it for new releases, also other books too as well. How do you accomplish it? What is the trick? What is the behind the scenes? What do publishers do to help their clients become number 1? Also, we're going to say like, what's next? After you become a bestseller, what do you do? Because if you're an individual like me, it's like, okay, we accomplished this goal. What is the next goal? Where do I go from here? How do I utilize it? What are some other ways people use it? How have they succeeded? And where do you go from there? And of course, I'm going to give you guys my phone number so you guys can definitely call in and ask your questions personally, where I will, if it's outside of what we're talking about. Of course, we want to focus on being a bestseller here on this call during this broadcast. However, if you have any questions, feel free to call in during the show, and we will definitely pull you up in queue so I can hear your voice. So I know there is really somebody on the other side. So let me know where you guys are tuning in from. I look forward to speaking with you and meeting you guys on a more personable level.
So I saw this book on Amazon.com, The Desiree Lee Story, Inmate 1142980. And I read the reviews and I had to purchase my own copy. It's just such an inspirational story.
A high school student on her way to college in pursuit of the American dream. 2 weeks after graduation, her dream was no longer an option. Visit www.amazon.com and purchase your copy today.
Subscribe and also press the bell icon so that you never miss any update from my channel.
Okay, so we're back. So you guys had an opportunity to hear from my sponsors. Good to see you guys. Hello, all of you guys from Chicago. Good to see you. Thank you so much, Jonathan, so much for that compliment. I appreciate you. I think it's Bertram. Let me know. Is it Stewart? I'm not sure. Let me know what your name is. So let's go ahead and get into it. I hope you guys either grab your coffee or a glass of wine or even a glass of water. Make sure you guys have your notes. Also, we're doing something a little different this time around because I know in the past when I did live streams, it was up to me to translate the things that I know or to try to guide you guys through things that are online and what steps to take. So we're definitely diving into where you're able to either screenshot or jot down some notes. And again, make sure you guys are clicking that link inside of my Periscope bio so that you guys are definitely subscribed to my YouTube channel. So let's go ahead and get into it. All right, so first things first, let's go ahead and start with this first. Let me know inside of the comments. I really need to hear from you because I don't want it to be as though it's just me who is giving you these tips and different things like that. Let me know inside of the comments, what does being a best-selling author mean to you? What does being a best-selling author mean to you? Let me know inside of the comments. Okay, let me know inside of the comments. What does being a best-selling author mean to you? And I know there is a little delay here from me speaking to you and you guys are receiving the information, but we're going to get through this together. So I appreciate each and every one of you guys' patience through this broadcast. But what does being a best-selling author mean to you? So then this way I'll be able to explain a little bit more thoroughly when it comes down to the steps, okay? So what does being a best-selling author mean to you? Let me know inside of the comments. Okay, and thank you so much, Didi, for the super hearts. I appreciate it. Good to see you, Andrea. Thank you so much for joining me here in this broadcast. What does being a best-selling author mean to you? Okay, Andrea says, hey, look, being a best-selling author means that I share my story successfully with those that I'm meant to, not necessarily the numbers. Okay, that is a really great answer. That is a really, really great answer. All right, so Jonathan says, hey, look, like rating, for example, best-selling artists, you know, it's the copies that are sold or like a song or album or going platinum too as well. That is an excellent, excellent, excellent answer to as well. You guys are hitting it right on the head. What does it mean to you? Because it's really important of what are your expectations, so I can tell you the truth, like, hey, look, you're in the right direction, or you're in a whole nother direction. Okay, so the truth is, this is what it is. Okay, being a best-selling author just means, just like what Jonathan said, who sold the most units. All right, that's what it means. The more units you sell, that means how many books you sell. The more people who love the product. So it translates that it's just like a, let's say, a beauty supply store, and there's a certain, let's say, a certain braiding color hair, right? So everybody wants green hair all of a sudden. Well, the store knows that, hey, based upon how many of these package of green hair that is sold, it's the best seller of all of the braiding hair. So they're going to buy more of it because they're realizing that people in that area that keep coming to their store, they actually love this product. And that's what it means. A lot of times you can have like a bad song and people are just downloading it or listening to it just to say it's bad. But guess what? It becomes platinum, or it becomes, just like Jonathan said, it becomes a best-selling book. So when you have that in mind in regards of what is a bestseller or what is a best-selling book, then that's exactly what it is. Okay, that's what a type of bestseller you want. So your focus is more so, how can I, the next question you'll ask yourself is, how can I sell more books? All right, so we're going to go ahead and get right into it here. Let me open up my screen and move this over just a tad bit. All right. And so the first way, I'm going to tell you 6 different ways that you become a best-selling author. So the first thing we're going to venture off to is how to use a bestseller rank calculator. This is what Amazon uses to calculate if your book is selling. They also put it on Amazon Choice too as well if you are winning. So let me share my screen real quick. 1 second. Yeah, I want to share my entire screen. 1 second, guys. Let me get this together here. Okay. All right, let's go right here. All right, let's share my screen. All right, here we are. Okay. All right, so let me know in the comments if you guys have any questions while we're going through. Dee Dee says, having a book that is successful. That is true. That is totally true. So let me make this a little bit wider for you guys here. All right, so I'm on junglescout.com/estimator. And so this doesn't guarantee that you're going to be a best-selling author, but at least this tells you or gives you an idea of how many books you need to sell. Okay, it gives you an idea of how many books do you need to sell, especially in that specific category. And we're going to talk more about the categories when it comes to Amazon, but this tells you on the Amazon bestseller rank. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go to Amazon.com. And so now we're here in Amazon.com, all right? And so we're going to type in, because my book is an inspirational book, I'm going to type in T.D. Jakes, okay? A lot of people are familiar with T.D. Jakes' books, right? So his latest book is When Women Pray. So we're going to go ahead and click on it because I'm trying to sell my book in this category, okay? Yes, 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 okay? Oh, wow, I know this author here. Okay, so he sponsored his ads. That's pretty awesome. All right, so here, When Women Pray, all right. All right, so I clicked on Kindle because I want to know how many Kindle books do I need to sell? How many books is he selling? So I'm going to scroll down, and I'm going to keep scrolling down to his product details, okay? So I'm going to scroll down to his product details. This is where all the behind information on any book, if it's from Stephen King, a fantasy novel, if it's from Dee Dee's book, if it's from Jonathan's book, if it's from my book, this is for all the information. Now, yes, he recently published a book. You'll see all of these, 1,800 plus book reviews too as well, which is great. Okay, so here it says, hey, enter in the bestsellers rank So we're going to come down here and we see the bestsellers rank is here. Okay, so we're going to copy this number right here. So I'm going to hit copy, and then I'm going to come here and I'm going to paste it. Okay. All right, I don't think it's any commas, so we're just going to put that number there. Okay, so then we're going to say, well, which marketplace is this in the United States? Because I don't know if you guys know this with Amazon. If you publish your book on Amazon or with Amazon, it's available in 12 countries. Now it says, hey, look, add the category. Okay, so we're going to come back here and we're going to look for the category. All right, so we say, it says Christian prayer, women Christian living. So let's see if we can find the category that's closest to it. Let's see here. Let's see, inspiration. I don't see it. Industrial. Let's see. Let me go back up. 1 second. Beauty, baby, automotive. I don't see it here. Okay, 1 second, guys. Okay, I don't see it on here. 1 second. So let's go here real quickly. Make sure you guys are subscribing to my channel, and I'm going to enter in, okay, bestseller calculator here. Okay, and let me go here. All right, so we're going to use another one. Let me give you guys another one. All right, so I'm going to put this one inside of the comments so you guys can screenshot it. Okay, here's another calculator. All right, and I'm going to hit paste. 1 second, I'm going to bring my screen back up in just momentarily. Okay, all right, so let's do this. Let me come here to the main screen. And I'm going to come here and share my screen so you guys can see it. Okay, so do you see it? Type in the comments if you see what I see. I just put it inside of the comments, the Amazon bestseller rank. Do you guys see my screen and see the bestseller rank? Say yes if you do. Okay, so I'm just going to copy this again. And then we're going to paste it here. We're going to take out the comma. Okay. Okay, thank you for the hearts. I see the hearts still going. All right, so then once you put in the bestseller rank, once you put in the book type, all right, you're just going to say calculate sales. Okay, so T.D. Jakes' book, based on his bestseller rank today as an ebook, all right, he is only selling 229 copies a month on Amazon. And every day he sells at least 15 books. All right. So what that means is that you may think that a person like T.D. Jakes is selling like 100,000 copies on Amazon just because he's T.D. Jakes. Or a lot of you guys may think, hey, look, this person is selling crazy numbers or whatnot, right? But he's only selling like 230 books, estimated 230 books a month. And that calculates to 15 books a week. So if you want to become a best-selling author in either of these 3 Kindle categories, that means your goal should be, just like Jonathan said, your goal should be at least 15, one more than 15 books a day. That means you have to sell at least 16 books a day over than T.D. Jakes, and you'll become an Amazon bestseller. So let's try this again. Let's put Gary V in here. So we're going to put Gary V in his books, okay? So we're going to look for Gary V in his books. All right, so we're going to put in, let's say, Crushing It. Okay, so that's hardcover. Okay, we're going to do Kindle. All right. So we're here in Kindle, and as you can see, what's crazy, I want you guys to pay attention because we're going to talk about this. He is a #1 bestseller in mobile technology businesses. Do you guys hear me? The book is for entrepreneurs, how to build their businesses and also their influence, but yet he's a best-selling author in this category. So we're definitely gonna talk about that and venture off into that too as well. But let's scroll down again to his product details, and this is going to help you become a best-selling author. So he's in the bestseller rank, as you guys can see right here, the bestseller rank. So we're going to hit Command Copy. We're going to come here to our bestseller calculator, and we're going to put the number here. And this is for the ebook. Now, you can see if it's for a paperback, then of course you click on their paperback and then scroll down to their product list. But right now we're just doing ebooks here. So we're going to copy, we're going to paste it here. We're going to take out this comma, and it's ebook, and we're just going to hit calculate sales. Let's calculate them. So do you know Gary Vee, the person that is all over YouTube, all over Instagram, all over social media? He's everywhere, the big time paying person. For him to be number one, just for him to be number one, okay, in mobile technology businesses, okay, he's only selling 6 books a day. I'm certain that you guys can sell 10 books a day, right? I'm sure you have friends and family members. You have your audience that you already have too as well, that you can literally sell more books like this in that same category. We're going to talk about that. You put your book in that same category, and if you sell 7 books, then you become number 1 bestseller. Okay, do you understand what I'm saying? I hope you guys are understanding. Just say yes. So this lets you know. Now, he sells at least 91 books a month. And you might be like, oh my gosh, I can never be Gary Vee. You might be saying to yourself, I can never be this person. You're seeing all of the highlights and the PR and the marketing media, and he spent money for that. He's doing the work for that. So if you want to be on that level, then you got to do the work for that level. However, as a self-published author, on Amazon, the playing field is leveled. Do you understand? It's leveled. You can be at the same same page as Gary Vee. And all you have to do is sell a few more books. So you utilize, make sure you guys are utilizing the bestseller rank calculator to really gauge on how many books do you need to sell to become a best-selling author. So is it really as hard as what you think it is? Somebody else may be telling you it's hard because they don't know this behind the scenes, right? And you may think that is difficult too as well. And all it is just a numbers game, because they're not basing the numbers upon how good his book is. That's what the book reviews are for. The book reviews tells the reader or the buyer how great the book is before they buy it. But being on the best-selling rank, it just says who sells the best, who sells the most. And if you sell one more, it's like a race. We can be running as fast, we can be neck and neck. But if I'm running a sprint and I just stick my head out, then I won the race. And we were like neck and neck. And so it's the same thing when it comes to being a best-selling author. And I hope you guys are like literally seeing that when it comes to that, right? Too as well. Jules says, why are we making this so complicated? I know. It really isn't. And that's because maybe because of past experiences, maybe because somebody else said it, or maybe because you heard it somewhere else. You know what I mean? It just really all depends on, hey, look, is this, if somebody told you this. And so that's why I'm glad you guys are following me. If you're new to my channel, feel free, make sure you guys are sharing out this broadcast with your friends and followers. Make sure you invite them to watch this too as well. And let me know on Twitter if you guys are really enjoying this, because this lets me know, hey, look, I need to be teaching more of different ways on how to become best-selling authors, and just really just tearing down all of the myths, so we'll know about this, okay? All right, so the next thing we're going to talk about is about changing the categories, and then we're going to talk about how to price your book too as well, okay? So let's go ahead and go back to our screen. 1 second here. Let me go back. Let me bring this up. So we're going to talk about the categories here. All right, so let's stay on Gary Vee, right? So with your categories, if you are on, if you publish your book with kdp.amazon.com, or even if you publish your book with Ingrid Sparks, you're able to change your categories as much as you want. That's the luxury of being a self-published author. You can literally change these categories every month, every week. You can change them every 3 months. And that's what I recommend. I recommend you changing your categories either every quarter or every half of the year. So twice a year or 4 times out of the year, depending on the seasons. So like right now, you would not put your cookbook in a Christmas category because then you'll be competing against all the people who are in the Christmas category. Okay? But because Gary Vee has put it in mobile technology and business, he's put it in, as you guys can see, I hope you guys can see my screen here, but he's also put it in social media category. Okay, did you guys know that Amazon has a social media category? So even though I have my book, How to Publish on a Shoestring Budget, I talk about social media inside of my book. So I could put my book in the social media category and sell 7 copies tonight, and then I become #1 above Gary Vee. Okay? Because Amazon updates their best-selling rank and their best-selling in the categories every hour to 2 hours on Amazon. So right now, if I decided while I'm here on live stream to go into my KDP account, change my category of my book, Author Hacks Published on a Shoestring Budget, or Author Hacks How to Get Sponsorships as an author, and put it in social media, because I do mention social media inside the book, and sell 7 books tonight, or go live, or do a live stream, or use video, or upload a video, or record a video about, or even a commercial or a promo video, I'm sure I'll become a best-selling author overnight. And that's how simple it is. I want to share that with you, okay? So again, this book is called Crushing It. This book was published in 2018. So for you authors out there, this is what I want to say, okay? So for you authors that are out there right now, and you're saying, my book was published in 2014, can I still become a best-selling author? Yes, you can. I just showed you. Gary Vee, I didn't make this stuff up. I didn't screenshot it. I actually went to the website, guys. And so you saw there where it says when he published a book January 30th of 2018, and yet 2 years, almost a month shy of 3 years old, his book is, and he's still becoming a #1 best-selling author. How's he doing it? Changing the categories. Changing the categories. So you definitely want to make sure that you are very selective with it. Because my book is Author Hacks, I would not put my book in gardening. I would not put my book in how to plant. Or I wouldn't put my book in, let's say, a Christmas category, or so forth and so forth. Do you see what I'm saying? So you do want to have a sense of integrity when it comes to that, because when you tell everybody that you're the #1 bestseller, hey, guess what? People are going to actually go, especially your haters, or your trolls. They're going to go and they're going to want to see if it's real. Now, let me tell you, you could be a best-selling author in Kindle. You can also be a best-selling author in audiobook. If you have not seen my latest video I did yesterday, make sure you guys are subscribing to my YouTube channel, and you can see my where I share with you guys. There is a video where I share with you guys on how to get your audiobook done for free. Also, hardcover book, you become a best-selling author on Amazon. So in his hardcover book, he's not a best-selling author. So we're going to scroll down to the product details again here. And as you can see, the numbers change. He's not #1, but he is a #6 best-selling author. And as you can see, for his hardback book, now it's the same book, guys. For his ebook, it just says social media. It said media and technology. But for his hardback book, guess what? His categories changed. So if you have a ebook, you have a paperback book, you have an audio book, you have a hardback book, change all the categories. Put them in. You want to cast a huge net, guys. You want to cast the biggest net possible, so you can catch as much fish as possible. And anything else, you want to be a big fish in a small pond. So it may be a category that not a lot of authors are putting their books in, and a lot of them haven't changed their books from 2, 3, 4, 5 years ago. They're in the same category they were in 5 years ago. And the times change. People are not interested in that anymore, or in that category, right? So even on his hardback book, as you guys can see here, it says social media for business. It says social media guides. It also says web marketing. So it changes. It definitely changes. He has audio CD. That changes too as well. And let's see if he's a best-selling author on there. So let's scroll down on this one. So as you can see in his CD, right, he's number 387. All right. So I hope this helps you guys. I hope this is really working for you. I hope you guys are gaining notes, especially in the holiday season, because people are buying right now. So what you need to do this weekend, you need to change your categories. Okay. So type in the comments right now, I'm changing my categories. Change categories. That should be step number 1. Okay. Change categories. Step number 2, go into the categories and look at the books that are number 1. All you got to do is click on the category, see what is number 1. Make sure it's a category in ebooks or category in paperback, depending on what kind of book you publish now. All right. And you're going to go to that category. You're going to go to the number 1 book. Okay. And then you're going to see how many books they're selling in order to be number 1. And you're just going to make sure you put it in that category and sell 1 or 2 or 3 more books than that number 1 person. And I promise you, you'll become number 1 bestseller inside of that category. All right. All right. Good to see you guys. Thank you so much. Let's go ahead and take a quick break.
So I saw this book on Amazon.com, The Desiree Lee Story, inmate 1142980. And I read the reviews, and I had to purchase my own copy. It's just such an inspirational story.
A high school student on her way to college in pursuit of the American dream. 2 weeks after graduation, her dream was no longer an option. Visit www.amazon.com and purchase your copy today.
Subscribe, and also press the bell icon so that you never miss any update from my channel.
All right, so we are back. Let's see. Okay, yeah, so we are definitely back, guys. Thank you guys so much for joining me. If you're here for the very first time, make sure you let me know where you guys are tuning in from. I'm Deely Inspires, and I help people get their ideas off the ground. I look forward to talking to you guys at the end of this episode, where you guys can definitely call in. The phone number is 404-919-0396. All right, guys, so let's go ahead and get into the last part, because I definitely want to hear from you guys. All right, so here, the last thing is how to price and list your books. And so I strongly recommend, okay, I'm strongly recommend. Hey, what's going on, May? Good to see you. Yes, Joel, she said, hey, look, I'm definitely changing the categories. Jonathan says, hey, look, category change ASAP. All right, placement is timing. Thank you guys for the hearts. I appreciate the love. Thank you guys so much for commenting inside of the chat. It really means a lot. My pleasure. My pleasure. All right, so when it comes to pricing, because it's the holidays, now I'm not saying, hey, look, this should be your price all the time. All right. However, because you're a self-published author, you can definitely fluctuate your prices. Now, price does have an impact on becoming a best-selling author. So when you made those changes in your category, you look to see how many books you have to sell. Well, you have to make sure it's an easy sell, something that some people call it a tripwire. So you have to look at your book like it's a product and it's not you. So if I sold 1,000 books, I want you guys to put this inside of the comments, okay? If I sold 1,000 books at $1, how much money will I make? $1,000. I hope you guys are doing your math over there. Get your calculator out if you need it, okay? If I sell 1,000 books at $2, how much money do I make? $2,000. Now, look, even if you do it at a lower level, say you sell 50 books at, $2, of course you make what was that, $100 too as well. And so, yeah, $100. And so with that being said is that, hey, look, you can either get 5 people to pay you $20 and then you can get to the 100, or would you rather have 100 people pay you $1, because now you have a larger audience. Say if 100 people pay you $1, now you have 100 people in your arsenal instead of just only having 5. So you got to put your pride aside. Listen to me, guys. You must put your pride aside in order to become a best-selling author and getting your book out there. That's the goal. Your goal is to get that book in as many hands as possible. When I first published my book, I went to my mentor and he said, how much are you going to charge for this book? This is before I even released it, okay? That's I'm going to charge $20, $25 for this book. I done went through hell and back, okay? And I done put some gems in this whole thing. And he said, no, you're not. You're going to charge $10. He says, matter of fact, you should bring it all the way down to $7.99. And I was like, you gotta be kidding me. And so he's the one that gave me that analogy. And that's how I was able to get more speaking engagements, because my mindset is I have 100 people that may be doctors, professors, lawyers, work in the government, teachers, pastors, youth leaders, who even though they bought the book, let's say at $1, they invite me to a church and I'm selling 250 copies. So was it worth it, to put my pride aside and sell the book at 99 cents, my Kindle, in order to be able to get that speaking engagement? And that's how I was able to sell over 20,000 copies in my first year as being a self-published author, because I didn't look at it, oh, my paperback has to be $25 or it has to be $14.95 and this and the other and so forth, because I knew the more book reviews I get, the more this book gets in other people's hands, the how much God will enlarge my territory. That's what you want. You want to enlarge your territory. You want your book to go to the 4 corners of the earth. And the only way it can get there is if you put it on sale. Now, if you put it at 99 cents, that don't mean 99 cents for 3 years. Okay, you can do 99 cents at end of the year sale. It doesn't have to be Christmas sale or holiday sale. It could just be the end of the year sale. You can have the beginning of the year sale because you have people who are having New Year resolutions, people who are making an effort to change or to adjust, especially in this time. And it doesn't have to be 99 cents. So anywhere between, let's say, $1.99 or less. For your paperback books, $7.99 or less too as well. And so you have to really look at that. Yes, Jonathan made a great point. Hey, look, you sell 20,000 copies at $2, you guys make $40K. Now, y'all don't go and start trying to count my money now, okay? Don't start trying to count my money now. But yes, and then now you have the money to invest in a celebrity PR to get you guys on places like Fox and different things like that. And then now you have the money to invest in ads, or even hiring a marketing team, or doing the ads yourself. Now you have the money to put yourself on billboards. If you work with our company, we can put your book and put you on billboards all over you have access all over the United States too as well. So if you guys are interested in that, just send me an email at dleeinspires@gmail.com too as well. Yes, absolutely. All right, guys, we're almost done here. So another way, and I'm going to tell you guys this, another way we're going to get to it is to, with upselling in your book reviews too as well. And then also, of course, we kind of touched on promote and advertise. I put it in all caps because it's so important. Stop trying to be cheap. Stop trying to be cheap with your money. Stop trying to, finesse the game. Stop trying to say, hey, look, I don't have money, but I need to promote my book. Or I don't have money and I need to get it out there to so many people. I need to sell my book. I'm trying to make money. And I'm like, look, sis, you got to invest. I don't care. I ask people, and it just really surprises me. It really does, guys, that when I ask authors, like, what is your budget? They say, I don't have a budget. Well, if your budget is $50, say it's $50. Because then I can tell you how far you can go with $50 to make money from that $50 to make more money in order for you to have a bigger budget and a bigger budget and bigger budget. That's business. It's called profit or loss, right? So they have a percentage of what the product costs. Does it cost them $2.50? That's what the book costs. Okay, what are you going to sell it for? $8. That means you have $6 left. You're going to take $2 of that book and put it in a Facebook ad and put it for $2 to boost your post or something for $2. And now you profited $4, and you may put in another dollar somewhere else too as well. And now you have $3. But then if that $2 sold you 10 books, okay, then guess what? At $8 a pop, you just made $80. So now your next Facebook ad, you have a larger budget to reach more people to make more money. I strongly recommend that you guys really understand the dynamics and the calculation of business. And that's why it's called author in business. It's not, hey, look who can write a good journal. It's a business. Are you serious about making money or not? I mean, the only way you bought your internet to do live stream, okay, I had to keep paying my internet, which takes a percentage of how much I make in my profit. So all of these little gadgets, even what I'm using to to broadcast to you guys, I had to invest. Now, I didn't invest right away, even though the stuff has been out here for so very long. However, I definitely had to invest. I had to invest, and I had to put a piece of my profit to the side until I can do better. Do the best you can until you can do better. So now, here we go. I appreciate you too, Jonathan. Thank you so much for saying that. I appreciate you guys too, because you guys actually do things. You guys actually do exactly what it is I say. And then when I see your success, I'm like the first one to celebrate you and be like, see if I can get 100 more Jonathans or 100 more DDs or 100 more Mays. Then I can help so many more people. So thank you for allowing me to operate in my purpose. All right, so here, I don't know if you guys know about this, but this is Amazon Author Central page. With this page, I'm going to copy this and put this in the chat for you guys here. But this is Amazon Author Central. Now, just so you guys know, let me show you what it looks like. On the other end, we're going to click on Gary V's. Oh, excuse me. We're going to click on his page here. And so with your Amazon Author Central page, if you have not have one already, even if you publish more than one book, people are able to click on your page, are able to also follow. So we can follow him here on Amazon. Also, you'll see videos that he has. Also, you'll see all of his books in one place. So even if he just wanted to take this link up here and sell his books, he can do that too as well. And so it's very important that you create an Amazon Author Central page as well. Especially now, I don't know if you guys know this, but you can do live streams on Amazon. Now you can live broadcast on Amazon.com, and that's going to have to be a whole nother live stream broadcast because it's really, really exciting. We go in depth on how to do that inside of our membership. So if you're interested in joining our membership group, make sure you go to dleeinspires.com/I am ready. All right. All right. So let's go back to our Author Central page. So here on the Author Central page, of course they updated. So even if you have one now, you'll notice that they updated. Okay. Also, you're able to view all of your books. You're able to add your books here. You're able to see your sales ranks here. But we're going to talk about your customer reviews. Now, from all of my books, okay, from Amazon.com, of course, they have all the other additional countries too as well. But these are all my reviews from all of the books that I have. All right. So we can literally click on one of these and and let's go ahead and click on it, and you can literally, just like in the comments, so you guys comment here on on Periscope. You can also comment on YouTube videos. You also comment on Facebook and your Instagram pages. Why aren't you commenting on your book reviews? So you can literally reply. Okay, so saying, hey, look, I'm publicly replying back to and responding to this review. All right, so I'll say, thank you. I'm gonna put here, thank you for sharing your thoughts. You are greatly appreciated. All right, and I can literally post this comment. Now, the algorithm is just like Facebook, is just like all the social media platforms. Amazon has a AI too as well. They have an algorithm too as well with what is selling, what people are reviewing. And then the more sales you have, if you become a best-selling and you're responding to all the comments that you have, all right, you can literally trigger being Amazon's #1 choice. So you can be a #1 bestseller, and then Amazon can say, this is our choice. We endorse this product, and this is what the product out of everything else that you should buy. So I strongly recommend that, you go to your Amazon Author Central page to definitely make sure that you respond to your book reviews. It's definitely going to help you. And as always, do not forget to promote and advertise, promote and advertise, promote and advertise. Now the lines are open. If you definitely want to call in with your question, all you have to do is call 404-919-0396. But be sure to make sure that you turn down the video so it is no echo on the other end. All right, just give us a call at 404-919-0396. Call in and let me know how you guys have been enjoying the broadcast. Okay. All right, so we're going to wait a few minutes to see if you guys have any questions or if you guys are going to call in. So let me go ahead and give you guys some time here. If you're watching this on YouTube, do not forget to click that bell to turn the notifications on when you're subscribing to the channel. Okay? Yes. Thank you so much. I hope it was short. I feel like I'm almost been talking for an hour here, and I feel like I had to rush through a lot of things, but I strongly encourage you guys to become members of Authors in Business because in a few weeks the price of the membership, the monthly membership, it will increase. Side note, so just let me know. But again, if you guys want to give a call, just make sure you guys are clicking dial in at 404-919-0396. Okay, 0396. If you have any questions inside, you could also leave them inside the comments too as well. Yes, Jonathan, do the best you can until you can do better. I appreciate you. We appreciate you too as well. Okay. Hello, who am I speaking with?
This is Jonathan. How you doing?
What's going on, Jonathan? It is so good to hear your voice.
So good to hear and see you thoroughly floored. I love all the updates. I love to see that. That's one thing I love about you. You constantly increase and improve, and you don't settle with where you're at and the level that you've attained. You know, you've already obtained so much. You've already defied the odds, and you're still pushing. You're still wanting to affect more and more people and become that more polished. So, big kudos to you.
Thank you for
awesome.
that.
It's awesome. It really is awesome. You didn't rush through. You're just so polished with what you know. It doesn't take you long to make it clear.
Okay. I appreciate you saying that because it's like, I know for some people you guys are advanced, but then there's some people who are seeing this for the very first time. And so I because I do this every single day, I want to make sure that I, get so when you guys leave me, you guys can be able to do it on your own and do it yourself. Or if you need more, you become a member. But I appreciate that. And that's what life is. It's like a continuous growth. I'm being honest with you. And sometimes, it feels like it's far away. Like, like we were talking about with Gary Vee. But the truth is that it's all illusion and it's right there in front of you.
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
exactly. Awesome. I'm so glad to hear you're upping your prices. And that's what I was thinking about. I'm very vocal, so I try to post and say too much in people's broadcasts. But that's what I thought about,
Mm-hmm.
You come in, you're like if you're, like, let's say if you're in the draft of NBA or NFL, of the NBA, you're going to come in at a certain price, but as your value increases, as your skill level increases, as your influence and affluence increases, then your price will go up,
Mm-hmm.
or like with an artist, you know what I'm saying? So you can start at a special price. Beyonce could publish the book tomorrow and charge $30 or whatever she want to charge.
Right.
That following, you know what I'm saying? So they want to purchase it because they're like, oh. And if I was them, like a Beyonce or something, I would do a limited edition book.
Mm-hmm.
And they would have a certain amount of copies, and people will be rushing to buy those copies, and they'll have the number on it. Like you are 10 out of 10,000 copies. And that's all the copies number. Because they do that with Jordan. They have limited edition Jordan. They have player edition Jordan. It's a certain amount. And they create that demand because they have that cult following.
Right.
So I'm looking at a lot of people, and I haven't forgot about joining. I am going to join in the future. I had to get the right mindset. Because it's one thing to know what to do, but it's another thing to have the capacity and the space in your mind to stay focused, to work through the process completely.
You're right. And just know that when you do join, you're not by yourself. So it's not like you join and you're watching all these videos, or we never get a chance to speak again, or or you just feel like, okay, what do I do next? What video am I watching? I don't even know what to do. Okay, I'm supposed to do this. Or you may not be as passionate when you first started to as well. I definitely get that. But also, I wanted to add in to what you were saying about limited edition. Even Apple, I don't know if you guys knew this or not, but Apple only sells a limited number of iPhones every year. So every time they come out with a new one, if you walked into a Best Buy, they don't have any more of the 11s or the 10s. If you walked into a Sprint store, you may say, well, I want 11. they'll say, well, let me see if we have any left, or they try to go to a store and see if they have them there too. And so that's why you see a lot of refurbished or a lot of stores saying they're going to buy your old iPhones, because even Apple only makes a limited edition of iPhones every year. And that's why it costs as much as it does, $1,000 and up, for an iPhone. So I appreciate you saying that. And I hope this helps somebody else. Basically, what he said was, hey, look, understand your value. Look at yourself like you're a player. Even if you just came out of college and you're just drafted to the NFL, you may start a little bit low, but the more you bring value to the team, the higher your contract is each and every year. So I appreciate you, Jonathan. You're an honorary AIB Nation member to me.
For sure. I've been writing. I'm going to sing you one of my latest poems. I'll probably do a poem book first.
Mm-hmm.
That's really like where my heart is at. I've really been writing based on my journey. So I definitely let you hear one of those. Yes, I am on the way. That is one of my goals, 2021. And yeah, we'll talk more. But
Yeah, we'll definitely talk more about it. And congratulations on just, getting it done. I look forward to, hearing one of your poems. But even now, Jonathan, I definitely want to see in my Twitter in the next 7 days, not just say, hey, 2021. Is it going to be April 2021? Is it going to be June 2021 or December 2021? Like, we need a deadline. We need a hard deadline. Okay?
For sure.
Thank you so much for calling in. I appreciate you. Love you.
You're welcome. Love you too.
Bye. You too. Thank you so much, guys. I appreciate it. I always love hearing from you guys here on Periscope. Hey, look, if you guys want to call in, make sure you guys are dialing in 404-919-0396. Jonathan said a lot. He said a lot in that conversation, and that's what I love. It's like, hey, look, I know a lot, but I don't know it all. And that's why I want to talk to you guys, because it's one thing that, hey, look, you may have a different avenue, or it's like, hey, look, you got the tips, but hey, I look at it this way, and this is how I decide to put your spin on it too as well, which is really creative, because then it makes me think of new ideas and innovative ways for you guys to get out there. And so I appreciate it. I just love you guys so much for being a part of my journey, because truthfully, I cannot do this by myself. But I'm walking in my purpose too. So for you guys to watch me and take these tips and follow me along really means a lot to me too as well. So again, pre-sell your book if you want to be on a New York Times bestseller list. These are the bonus before we leave each other here. If you want to be on the New York Times bestseller list, you have to sell at least 3,000 to 10,000 copies of your book within the first week. Now, some of you guys may be like, oh my gosh, I don't know if I can sell that many in 7 days. But guess what? They also count if the pre-order sales too as well. So even if Jonathan said, hey, look, it's going to be June of 2021 or even August of 2021, his goal, his only number one goal, is to sell as many pre-orders as he can. But you don't want to just publish on Amazon. You want to publish through Ingram Sparks, because when Ingram Sparks, they report to Nelson database, and that's where New York Times sees the sales. It just can't be from one place, which is Amazon. It has to be 3,000 to 5,000 copies in 7 days from Barnes & Nobles, from Walmart, from other distribution platforms. And you can reach all of those platforms if you self-publish with Ingram Sparks. Now, it does cost. That's the difference between Amazon and Ingram Sparks. It does cost a little bit, but you can still do it yourself on ingramsparks.com too as well. All right, as a self-published author. If you want to get on the WSJ and or USA Today bestseller rank, it's the same concept. A lot of times you have to know somebody. With the New York Times, of course, you probably want to go the traditional publishing route, but it's all based upon how many books you can sell. So here's the secret. Even if you're a self-published author and you want to get on that list, what you want to do is step 1, self-publish your book on Ingram Sparks. Step 2, you want to make sure you give yourself ample amount of time, maybe 3 to 6 months, to try to sell as many copies as you need. So you're going to need media to get the word out there to sell copies, and that's going to have to be your focus, your main focus on those pre-order sales, because those pre-order sales is going to register in Nelson, and when your book releases, all those pre-orders from 6 months, it's going to be recognized in that first week that your book is released, and you have a greater chance to be on the New York Times bestseller list. Good Morning America has a bestselling list. Washington Journal has a bestselling list. US Today has a bestselling list. Of course, Amazon has their bestselling list. Barnes & Noble has a bestselling list. Also, even with the libraries nationwide too as well, they have a bestselling list too as well. And just remember, it's who sells the best. So all you really need to know is, how many books do I need to sell, and what is the plan to get there? Promote, 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 promote. If you want to, after you become a bestseller, you're going to leverage that. You're going to leverage that, and you're going to increase your validation, and you're going to increase your influence, and you can also increase it even more, okay, when you do your marketing and advertisement. Okay, you definitely want to make sure that you take advantage of that. Make sure you guys are clicking the link inside of my Periscope bio. As always, I love you guys. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you for calling in, Jonathan. It was so good to hear from you guys, to put a voice with a name. I appreciate that. Thank you guys for joining me. Make sure you guys invite your friends to view this. Also, double tap on the screen. Retweet on Twitter if you have any additional questions. Guess what? I'm going to hide this video first thing in the morning. If you want to watch the replay, make sure you guys go to my YouTube channel, and make sure you guys subscribe to my channel. And I have a YouTube goal too as well, and help me reach my goal. I love you. I believe in you. You have the power to change the world. As always, finish what you start. Do the best with what you have until you can do better. Bye.